Making an easy one this morning. Frozen sausage biscuits. I'm trying them in the air fryer. I looked up how to do it online because it didn't have it on the box. And it said to preheat the air fryer to 350. Let them cook for 10 minutes. So I did that. The sausage was still kind of frozen in the middle, so I flipped them over. And I think I went 4 or 5 more minutes, and they're still kind of cold. So I flipped them over again and put them back in for 4 more minutes. I'm using hazelnut creamer, and I've been putting just a little dash of pumpkin pie spice on the top. Little previews of fall coming, you know. It's really good.
What you did put that there for coffee?
No. It's crazy. I got sausage biscuits in there.
I thought you put the coffee in there. I was like, you've been air frying everything.
I'm gonna make some scrambled eggs to go with these biscuits.
Coming up.
Now they're looking good. Sausage is warmed through. There we go. Got the kitchen cleaned up from breakfast. I'm switching out the laundry, and then we're making something fun. A granny cake. That's what it's called. Granny cake. That's gonna be our weekend dessert this weekend. I don't think I've ever made a granny cake. I've made similar cakes, like, you know, with the kind of the same ingredients, but I don't think I've ever made this exact cake. I love towel loads. Y'all know this. I've told you before. It's my favorite loads to fold. Looks like it's gonna pour down rain out there. I gotta go finish getting ready too. I still got my coffee shirt on. I love these little watermelon pajamas. Got these for Sissy from Big Lots. Y'all remember we showed y'all they have all those, you know, all that really big clothing section now. Time to make the granny cake. I sprayed this 9x13 casserole dish. We're just gonna sit it over here for now. Before we start mixing, I wanna tell y'all about the sausage biscuits in the air fryer. So they turned out really good. The outside of the biscuit does get a little crispy, but that's kind of how you want biscuits to be anyway. On the outside, you know, a little crisp, but fluffy inside. That's how they were. The more you cook, the faster it cooks them. So like the first batch, I think it ended up taking 18 minutes on those first 4. And then the second ones that I did, they probably only took 12 minutes because I guess the air fryer's just, you know, already warmed up and ready then, which I had preheated it anyway, but I don't know. Then the last 2 that I cooked, they probably only took about 10 minutes. I mean, it just, also the biscuit, no, I grabbed those out of the freezer. I was gonna say the biscuits had been sitting out too and maybe started to thaw, but I grabbed those last 2 out of the freezer. So anyway, but yeah, they turned out really good. That's how they look. And it was definitely better than heating them up in the microwave. They tasted more like, you know, oven-baked biscuits. Okay, on to the granny cake. I've got the pork roast going in the slow cooker over here. Y'all see that on the next video. Sneak peek. The first thing we need is 1 cup of sugar. This is kind of like an old-fashioned pineapple cake. So think upside down pineapple cake mixed with a poke cake, kind of like that. Okay, we need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So I'm not sure why this is called granny cake. Maybe a lot of grannies used to make it, I don't know. Or maybe it was Granny's favorite cake, that could have been it. Let us know if you know why it's called granny cake and if you've ever had it before or made it, or if your mama or granny made it. We need a teaspoon of baking soda and half a teaspoon of salt.
So what you making?
Granny cake.
What's in here?
That's for stuff
Mom,
like
there's
that.
the bacon sauce.
Cool.
Mom, you ain't got no olives, do you?
Mom, do we have pepper flakes?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay. We need 2 eggs.
Is there any ice?
Actually, this last little deal of them.
Together it has 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple with the juice.
Lemons!
There's some cut up in the refrigerator. Oh, there's some on the table. Okay, that's it for the cake batter. Then we'll pour it into the casserole dish. Okay, in here we're putting half a cup of brown sugar. And we need a 1/4 cup of crushed pecans. I have these pecan pieces, we're just gonna break them up a little bit more. Okay, Cece got that mixed up for me. Now we just put this all over the top. Okay, this goes in for 30 minutes at 350, and then about 5 minutes before this is done, we're gonna make a topping that we pour over the top of it. All right, the cake just has about 5 or 6 more minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and make the glaze that we pour over the top. We're putting in 8 tablespoons of butter. I just sliced it up into some pieces so it would melt a little quicker. We're putting in half a cup of sugar. We'll go ahead and start whisking that together. I've got it just a little under medium. We need 1 cup of evaporated milk. And a teaspoon of vanilla. We're gonna let this cook on medium until it starts to boil. Then we'll remove it from the heat. The cake should be done about that same time. And we're going to put just a few holes in the cake. We're just going to use a toothpick though, not anything big. We're going to go around and poke a few holes and then pour this over the cake. I'm checking the cake real quick. It is almost ready. I think it needs about 2 to 3 more minutes. We'll go 2:30. Okay, we are boiling. I'm going to turn it off. this over the cake. And let it sit for 30 minutes before slicing into it. This is definitely a very moist cake. Let's see what granny cake tastes like. That definitely tastes like it came right out of Grandma's kitchen. That's great. Yeah, that's a granny cake right there, and it is wonderful. That gives you a big old hug. That's what that does.
Can I have one, please?
You sure can.